With Metroid Prime 4 on the horizon, everyone's pretty pumped for the next installment in one of gaming's most space-tacular franchises. So before that happens, let's go over what we know so far. Metroid is the story of an intergalactic Irish bounty hunter named Seamus O'Ryan, who is totally a guy. Don't argue with me about this, I know what I'm talking about. My uncle works at Nintendo. Seamus works for the Galactic Confederation, a quasi-governmental non-profit organization dedicated to wiping out the dreaded Pirates of the Amphibian and their leader, an evil one-eyeballed computer named Big Mother. But unbeknownst to the Confederation, the pirates have a secret weapon, the terrible methamphetaminoids, who can suck the life energy out of a cow in under 2 minutes. But, unbeknownst to the pirates, the Confederation has a secret weapon of its own, and that is Samantha, the greatest bounty hunter in history. Sam infiltrates the pirate facility on planet Jeebus, acquires a metric crap ton of missiles, and destroys Mother Base forever, dealing the Space Savers a blow from which they will never recover. In the process, she discovers the Mettool's one weakness, the brain-chilling power of the ice cream. Then Sammy kind of forgot about Metroids for a few years as he faced the intergalactic terror of Puzon, a deadly mutagen that turns everything it touches into crap. She eventually discovered that one small planet was the source of all the crayon in the universe, so in her typical subtle fashion, she solved the problem by blowing it up with space missiles. Meanwhile, the GFF were having some kind of non-canonical friendship adventure in space or something, and then they played space soccer. Fans have speculated that more details of the Federation team's exploits will be covered in the upcoming sequel, Metroid Prime Teddy Bear Tea Party. But Mannix had no time to party as she hurried over to the Metroid homeworld, planet SR times 3 equals X. After wiping out every last one, including the gigantic Mama Metroid, he witnessed the hatching of a new infant from its egg. Overwhelmed by a rush of emotion upon witnessing this trusting, vulnerable new life that had emerged before her eyes, she decided to take it to a laboratory and leave it there so people like this guy could poke at it with pointy instruments. It didn't take Sam Hain long to realize that he'd made a terrible mistake, so she went back to the Sirius satellite radio station to get her little mutant baby back. But it was too late. The pirate Captain Wrigley had stolen it and flown back to planet ZBGB's, even though it was supposed to have blown up in the first game. So Samsung was forced to blow it up again, destroying Ripley and the reconstructed Mother Trainosaurus with the help of the full-grown Metaltroid and its magical disco beam. Once again, the pirates were dealt a crippling blow from which they would never, ever recover. With the pirates taken care of, Santa noticed a distress beacon from a nearby bagel ship. On board, she discovered her former comrades from the Galactic Nation, who were apparently really important to her, even though she never mentioned them before. With them was her former commanding officer and surrogate father figure, Adam Malkovich. Adam needed her help desperately, but he refused to ask her along because it would expose her to needless danger, and also because she was a gross girl with cooties. Sinus explored the entire ship, facing many challenges, such as running through several rooms full of fire without protective gear because Apple told her she wasn't eligible for a suit upgrade yet. She also found out that the space pirates, who had been destroyed forever twice at this point, were still around somehow, and that Diddley was just one guy out of an entire race of evil Furbies. Faced with the prospect of fighting the same boss over and over again for the rest of her career, Cirrus almost gave in to her despair. But she was saved in the end by Adam Mansman, who blew up a secret lab full of Retroids so that she could live. His was a brave, noble, and totally avoidable sacrifice. This all has something to do with Metroid Fusion, which happened a bunch of years later, but there aren't really any Leptoids in it, and nothing even blows up, so I think it's safe to say this isn't even really a Metroid game. What lies ahead for the Metroid series? No one can say for sure, except that it will definitely involve Samus, the Galactic Federation, Metroids, Ridley, Dark Samus, Earth Tone Samus, and who knows, maybe Anthony again. I mean, there's a character with untapped potential, am I right? But other than that, there is totally room for something new and brilliant that will amaze the entire gaming community. Oh, and Kraid. Not the big one, the little goofy one from Super Metroid. They're definitely putting him in Metroid Prime 4.